Fishing with CJ, back on the beach. Me and Billy Bob down here, uh, having a bit of stressful time at the moment, so we thought we'd kind of grab a couple of hours on the beach and get down here and clear our heads a bit. Well, certainly clear my head, Billy Bob, his head's probably quite clear. But he hasn't been down the beach for a while for various reasons. So I think he's looking as though he's enjoying it, although he does want to sit on my knee because he doesn't like being on the shingle. So, nobody watching at the moment. I'll leave it running for a little while and keep an eye open for anybody coming on here. Oh, there you go, Jacob. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I'm doing very well. How are you? Yeah, so me and Billy Bob on the beach, and we are fishing for smooth hounds. Bit of a forlorn hope at the moment. I've got a whole crispy crab on the end of my hook. I'm only fishing with one rod, which is unusual for me. Normally I put a couple out, but today I'm only putting one out. And see what we can see. Who else is on it? Oh, there we go. Caught anything yet? No, literally, I've only just tackled up, to be honest. Tackled up, settled myself down. You know, left out the house in such a rush. I didn't even make myself a flask of drinks. I haven't even got anything to eat or drink. I've had my tea though, so I shouldn't get on. And I am on a diet, so it's probably quite good that I'm not eating or drinking. Billy Bob would probably appreciate a bit of cake or a bit of a sandwich if I had one, but I haven't, so he's going to have to go hungry too. He's watching my rod tip. Yeah. So, I don't know if I'll turn the camera around so you can actually see my rod. Let's try doing that. Let's put this one around. Right, so you can actually see the rod tip now, and I should be able to see the screen, see if anybody's writing anything, so that's quite nice. Nice view of the clouds in the background. Sun's going down. I don't know if I'm going to fish the tide all the way out or I'm just going to fish till after dusk. I don't know. I'll see how it goes. Some movement on that hook, but it's probably I picked up a bit of weed. I don't know how weedy it is today. But yeah. Yeah, so come on guys, give us a thumbs up if you're watching this and you're enjoying it. Again, I don't know what difference it makes. Just makes my heart feel warmer. Who else is on it? Haven't caught anything yet, but then I've only been fishing about 10 minutes, if that. So we'll see how it goes. I've got a load of little shore crabs here, but I was hoping they were peelers, but I don't know. I mean, I found them deep under the rocks, so one hopes that they are peelers. Unfortunately, there were two very nice softies amongst the ones I found, but when I came to the bucket this morning, the rest of the crabs had obviously eaten one of the softies because there was just bits of it, which is a bit upsetting. Obviously cannibalistic crabs. If that's a species of crab, I've got them. Yeah. Anybody else fishing out there? What gear am I using? I've got a Ziplex MG4 GT with a Penn Fathom 2 casting special. The line is 60 pounds Fireline braid throughout, so there's no shock leader. I've got a up and over a pulley pennel. Single trace or single snood pulley pennel with two 2.0 hooks on them, and the bait is a crinkly crab which I've hooked through, tied down, pierced the carapace on it so there's lots of juices oozing out of it, and I've whacked that out as far as I can get it, which is probably not that far to be honest, 100, 120 metres maybe. and that's it. So that's the gear. Anything else you'd like to know? Hey Steve, the pleasure anchor. How you doing, buddy? Oh, all right, mate. Evening to you too. Gary Cook, mate. How you doing? Yeah, I don't like declaring my species, but it hasn't seemed to make any difference to the jinx that I've been suffering. So, sod it. I'm going to declare my species. I want a smooth hound. I desperately want a smooth hound. Alex Smart, who is one of my fishing buddies, keeps taunting me by posting pictures of smooth hounds he's caught. So, yeah, it's smooth hound or bust. We'll give it till darkness. Oh, we might not give it to good darkness because I suddenly thought I ain't got any lights with me. I've got one light. I don't know how much battery there is. Put it on charge. Yeah, I left home in a bit of a rush this evening, so yeah, my headlight is sitting on the side cabinet in the kitchen charging. So we are only fishing till dark. I've even got the batteries for my big filming camera, but the one thing I haven't got is the filming camera. You know, there was something in the back of my truck I knew I had to get, and that would have been it. So, yeah, silly me. So I've got me a little filming camera. It's also got a mouth mount in it, so I can illuminate. But it was used quite a lot the other night, so I don't know how much charge is left in it. So we'll put it on charge for a while until I need it. So that's charging. Peter Nichols, how you doing, buddy? I'm very good. How are you? How are you? Me and Billy Bob are down on the beach in the hope of catching a little smooth hound, or a big smooth hound, or any type of smooth hound, to be honest. I'm only fishing till it gets dark because I suddenly realise I've not brought any lights with me. So, dull, as they say. Or should I say, Pete Nichols, how you doing, Mon? Well, the rest of you, that's a bit of an in thing, which I don't really understand either. Just turn the camera around so you can see me sitting on the beach with the dog. I hope I haven't got to leap up suddenly to check my rods because I'm pinned down by the dog at the moment. Pete, I don't know about you, but I quite miss those evenings on that campsite fishing for barbel, as we were. That's quite a pleasant way of ending the day, I feel. The only thing that's missing from this evening is that I've not got somebody cooking me a huge dinner on their microwave, mate. Put it back onto the rod view so you can see if I get a bite. Yeah, I mean it's not a given that we're going to catch anything, but if we do get smooth end, it is a spectacular bite, and that's kind of what I've been missing. There's no debate in it. It's a bite. The bloody rod rest will go over if I'm not quick. Well, I think you'll agree it's a beautiful sky. I don't know what the sunset looks. I mean, the sunset is behind this sea break, beach break that I'm sitting in front of, so I can't see the sunset. I might have a little peek up over the top and see if it's spectacular or not. But the sort of reverse side from the sunset is certainly salmon-coloured clouds. Let's have a quick look. Oh no, nothing spectacular. No, missed the best of it. Yeah, sunset. Oh no, don't sit in my camera bag. Come on, sit in my legs. Come on, come on, come on, come on. The dog does not like sitting on the shingle. I think it hurts his little paws, and so he wants to sit on me. If I'm not there, he tries to sit in the camera bag, which isn't the best place to be for a dog to be sitting, really. I've got a load of tampons in the pocket, I think. Some metal detector's going to come down here and find tampons in here. Just some sort of Saxon board. Green is just a second on one side of the coin. Oh, easy come, easy go, as they say. Okay, what are you doing? What are you going out on a boat trip? I use a Canon with braid on a fixed spool reel for obvious reasons. Never thought of using it on my preferred multis. Well, I use protection on multipliers for mono and for braid. Basically, all I is a little strip of inner tube that I've cut about 1/2 inch wide, and you just hold your thumb, you use that to trap on the spool, so when you release it, it just flaps free. See if you can see it on the, get the camera on it. Oh, Bob, you can't sit on my lap all the time. All right. So I don't know if you can see that on the reel, but that is the thumb protection. It's just a bit of inner tube, and it's attached to the reel seat. No, you're not sitting in my camera bag. Get on that. Go on. And I would use that for braid and for mono, to be honest. I've had too many, particularly like leader knots, whizzing through underneath your thumb and zinging your thumb up, or burnt thumbs. And then once you've got a burnt thumb, it makes it quite difficult to do anything with it, really. I have to say that mono throughout on a multiplier is not for the faint-hearted. It is I say scary. You have to be careful with it, shall we say. But I think it improves your casting because there's no stretching it, and you've got the benefit of braid, no stretch. So bite detection is amazing. Also, it cuts through the water quite well. And because it's braid, you can use 60-pound line, which is probably about the same diameter as 15-pound mono. So that's my view. I think it's a Marmite thing. Some people love it, some people hate it. It works for me. I had a few nightmares. I've never cracked a rod ring as long as I can remember. I mean, I've broken rods and I've lost rod rings, and I've lost the liners out of rod rings. But in the last month, I've had 3 cracked rod rings. And you know what? As soon as you've got a chip in a rod ring, it shreds braid. It absolutely shreds it. And I mean, I was down on the beach a little while ago, and I was cracking off and losing stuff, and I thought, what's going on? And I thought it was the braid had got damaged, because the night before we'd been on a weedy beach, and my line had got washed into the shingle a couple of times. But I then discovered I've got a cracked ring, or 2 cracked rings on this rod you're looking at. The second and third ring were cracked. I think I must have dropped it, or the rod rest had fallen over and it chipped 2 of the rings. And as I say, they were just decimating the braid. And then, bugger me, I went down the beach with my Blackrock SS10 with a fixed spool with braid on it. And the line just parted. I didn't even cast it. I was walking down the beach to cast it, and the rig just dropped off. And I thought, well, I know what's caused that. And sure enough, there was a cracked tip ring. So I've been doing a bit of ring replacement recently. So one thing about using braid, do you need to check your rings? You really don't need to have any chips or cracks in your rings. Hey mate, don't know how you doing? No, hadn't anything, mate. Dean, how you doing, buddy? Oh, Richard Jarvis, I'm well. Yeah. You still blinking black screen, mate? I'm sorry about that. There's nothing I can do about it. You either have to put up with it, or I have to stop doing lives because I don't know the answer. I don't know the reason for it. It's something to do with this type of phone and YouTube, and I can't. The 2 of them don't seem to be able to resolve it. I'm led to believe that it isn't as bad as it was. I'm led to believe that it's kind of sufferable, but you can tell me otherwise. Is it bad, or is it just every so often it blinks? Mate, it's interesting to hear that. I've got a Samsung S22 Ultra, so it's a top of the range, very good camera with amazing cameras in it. Sorry, phone with amazing cameras in it, and I've had nothing but problems with it on live streams. I haven't heard of anybody else saying the same thing, but then, you know, there's probably not that many people live streaming on YouTube using a Samsung S22 yet. YouTube did loads of research on it and loads of messing around, and I have to be truthful, I haven't downloaded the latest upgrade to YouTube. It might be they've resolved it, but as I said, the other day I put a live out, and initially they were saying it stopped flickering, but then it did flicker, but it was only flickering occasionally. So is it flickering a lot or not? Tell me. I mean, it's really annoying. I mean, and if I do a live on Facebook, it doesn't do it. Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, if it's bearable, it means that it seems to have improved, but it's not been completely cured. And you've got to wonder, why is it suddenly improved, or why is it improved? Somebody is doing something. Either it's Samsung or YouTube is doing something to improve it. So they haven't quite got there yet, but maybe I need to speak. The trouble is, you have to take a day out of your life to speak to these people, because they go for all sorts of questions and tests and all sorts of things. So you've got to be able to sit down and concentrate on it, because otherwise you lose the chat. 20 flickers a minute. What? It's like every 3 seconds. So 1 and 2 and 3 flicker. 1 and 2 and 3 flicker. That isn't bearable as far as I'm concerned. That's gone back to how it was. So, I mean, if that's the case, I'm not going to make you suffer it for very long. I will cut the live short. But it does piss me off. I mean, I suspected it might have been the phone. So I complained to Samsung, said there was a fault on the phone, and they finally agreed and sent me out a new phone. But still doing it. So it's not the individual phone, it is the model of phone, I think. Some sort of incompatibility with the WhatsApp, with the YouTube app and the Samsung S22. Alright, okay, cool. Cheers, mate. I take it you can hear me okay. I'm sitting a little bit back from the phone. I've not got a mic on. It's not the YouTube camera to use a big phone. Yeah, I mean, I think I know what you mean. Yeah, this phone does not work on YouTube. I mean, I've not had problems. I've got an S10 and that works fine. And what I could do, load and clear. Oh, loud and clear. All right, okay. Thanks, mate. Jolly good, jolly good. I mean, I've got an S10, and what I could do, I suppose, is I could do my live on an S10 and then Bluetooth it to. Yeah, I understood it first time, mate. Actually, I speak dyslexic finger text because I'm constantly doing it as well, so it's all right. Yeah, I could use an alternative phone and hotspot it to this phone, I suppose, but it's an awful lot of faff and messing around with gear and on the beach. And primary reason to be is fishing, not messing around with technology. Really. Yeah, I was just saying I've got to keep an eye on the dog because there is a dead seagull up the beach there, and I don't want him to go over and touch it because obviously we've got this avian flu around at the moment, and if people can catch it, dogs certainly can. Getting a new truck tomorrow. Not looking forward to it. Exactly the same as my old truck. It's just I'm changing it for an automatic. And that's my bit of news. The boat repair is coming on really well. It's looking really good. I don't know how much longer it's going to be. The guy who's doing it is a bit of a perfectionist, and so consequently, I don't think he can stop fiddling and tweaking and polishing. So there's going to have to be a point where I go, right, that's it, that's good enough, thanks, give me my boat back. No, I've got a GoPro. I've got shares in GoPro. I've got that many GoPros, and in fact, if you look carefully, looking in front there's a GoPro. And I use GoPros for doing my editing videos. I mean, the camera's set up there so that I've got a remote control on my wrist. If I get a bite, I press the remote control, and it'll be filmed for the edited video. Yeah, no, I've got plenty of GoPros. GoPros, as you say, are the bee's knees. That's a question. But what I'm not doing is I'm not using a GoPro to Bluetooth to my phone to then broadcast as a live, because again it's something else that you have to faff and fanny around with, and it never, those sort of things never seem to work for me. They'll go wrong. I mean, I've got quite an expensive live streaming camera, which keeps focused on you, so you can walk backwards and forwards and it will keep you centre of the screen. Don't touch that. Just want to check something, mate. Good evening, and welcome to CJ, back on the beach. We're down on the beach. We're fishing a new one rod, and with me is Billy Bob the dog, who's sitting in my camera bag. Come here, let's say hello to Billy. Billy Bob's down on the beach with me again. Been down there for a while. And we are fishing the Snowdowns. We're not going to stay there long, we'll stay there until it gets dark. Certainly we haven't got no lights. A bit of a schoolboy area. But anyway, we're on the beach, and if I catch any deep, we'll put it in the video. In the meantime, let's go. In the meantime, why don't you have the GoPro running all the time? Well, because the batteries run flat. I've got means of powering it with a big power bank. It also means I've got hours and hours and hours of film to edit. And so what I find is that the GoPro works best if it's, I mean, hindsight works pretty well on the GoPro 9s and 10s. And I've got a remote control so that I can actually do that, but the batteries run flat, or you end up filling up a card, or you know. So I you know, and I've tried 1,001 ways of using GoPros. I've used multiple GoPros, so you edit the films together. That works, but yeah, I mean, I'm doing what I do at the moment. It seems to work for me, so I'll kind of stick with it until something else comes along. Yeah, Richard, put it on my Facebook page. I'll accept it on the Facebook page. I don't want it on the live stream, so sorry. I mean, to be quite honest with you, you have dropped it, haven't you? So, but yeah, no, put the link on the Facebook page. Anybody who is interested in what Richard has just asked me, you can find details on the Fishing with CJ Facebook page. Check it out. and as soon as I get home I'll approve it and it will be out there. Right, you're sitting in my camera bag. I don't know if there's any cameras on it sitting on it. Alright, let me get rid of it. Come on, let's have a big lunging bite before I go home. Yeah, okay. Well, as I say, it will be on the it'll be on the Facebook page. So got to kind of draw the line somewhere, and as I say, just look on the Facebook page. If you're not joined my Facebook page, join it. It will reach more people than the 17 people that are watching this, that's for sure, on Facebook. Oh, hello Lawrence, how you doing, mate? Yeah, Billy Bob's here. He's managed to make a bed out of my camera bag. So all my camera equipment's going to have dog hairs all over it, which is probably not the best thing to have. I mean, if you look at me, I'm as nearly as hairy as the dog now, from him sitting on me. There's the trouble with having a white dog is that they shed hair and you can see it. Val, it's not unpleasant. It's not the hottest of evenings. There's a little bit of a chill in the air, but it's not nice. Nice to see you on here. Yeah. As I say, it's only a short session. I'm only going to fish until it gets too dark to fish, and then I'm packing up and going home because I forgot to bring any lights with me. I've had a bit of a stressful couple of days, to be honest, and more than anything, I've come down here to clear my head, and it's kind of working. I've got a good weekend coming up. I'm going skydiving on Sunday, hopefully. 35 degrees C here today. I know that sounds idyllic, but I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's quite uncomfortable. We don't get it that hot, I don't think, ever. That would be a record temperature for the United Kingdom, I think, 35 degrees C. What's that in Fahrenheit? It would be 35 divided by 5, which is 7, times by 9, which would be 63, would be 95 degrees Fahrenheit. That's pretty hot, 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah. Oh, it's a rather warm 94, yeah, 94, 95 degrees, yeah. I mean, as I say, I've just done the math on it and I reckon it was 95, but you're probably all right. Let's do it again. 35 divided by 5 is 7, times by 9 is 63, add 32, 95 by my math, but I might be wrong. Yeah, I'm not sure if we had temperatures of 95 degrees. I don't know what the British record is. Maybe 35 is about the hottest it has ever got in Britain. It certainly doesn't get that hot very often. It's like once in a few years, and it will be in one spot. I imagine, Val, that it's quite a humid heat, isn't it? Which means it'll be quite unpleasant. I mean, I was in Iraq, and in the summer it hit 50. That was hot. All right, Pete. Yeah, cheers, buddy. Yeah, have a good day tomorrow. Give us a catch report. Send us some pictures. If you, I don't know if you're on my Facebook fishing group, but if you're not, join it and post the pictures on there. I'm sure people would like to see them. Yeah, I'm desperate to get out of my boat because I would imagine that the boat fishing's starting to pick up now, but my boat's still getting polished. Yeah, no, I mean when it's hot, and I mean if you're in the desert, as I say, when I was in Iraq, it's not humid. It's incredibly dry. I have seen the video. Yes, Dean, I have seen you fishing there. Yeah, I know that he came down and met with you down there. I can't remember what you caught. Was it a dogfish? Was it? I mean, I can't remember if you had a good session or not. The trouble is, there's so many videos on here that after a while they all meld into one. As I say, in Iraq, the air was so dry that if you got a bottle of water and you wrapped a wet towel around it, it actually chilled the water. The water would actually get cold because the air is so dry that any moisture evaporates almost instantly, and it draws heat off anything that it's in contact with to enable that evaporation. So they, in the old, the old military days of the long range desert group and stuff like that, they'd have canvas bags of canvas bottles of water on the front of their Land Rover, well, not Land Rovers, on the front of their Jeeps, which seeped very slightly, and it chilled the water. And in fact, the old Arab days, they used to keep water in clay pots for the same reason. So the water would seep out of the clay very, very slightly and evaporate into the very, very dry air and cause the water to be chilled, which is amazing. Obviously, it doesn't work if it's very humid. It's got to be dry air. I'd go running around the camp and it was like 40 degrees, and you'd come back and you could actually literally scrape the salt off your face. There was like a layer of salt on your face because the sweat was evaporating so quickly. You didn't even know you were sweating because your skin was dry instantly. Yeah, no, quickly. But try the wet towel around a bottle of water thing. It's amazing. It's incredible. And as you say, you don't notice that you're sweating because your sweat evaporates instantaneously. The only reason you know the only two things you know about sweating is, one, you do get this build up of salt on your skin, and secondly, when you walk back indoors or back into an air conditioned room, it pours out of you and you think, oh God, why is it? I've walked into the cold, I'm sweating a lot now, and it's not. It's because you were sweating before. It's just that when you get inside a building or in front of an aircon, the sweat doesn't evaporate. So yeah. Hey, Cornish 89. Oh, Alex, how's me? Yeah, mate, I'm all right. I've only come down here for a quick session. I was hoping for a smooth hound, but yeah. But I'm not fishing. I'm going to fish until it gets dark, and then I've got to pack up. Other people can explain why I've got to pick up when it gets dark, pack up when it's dark. I've admitted my schoolboy mistake already. I'm not going to do it again. I still need to hear from you, Alex, where you caught that bloody big smoothhound. I did message you earlier today. I don't know if you replied to the message actually to see if you were fishing tonight. I would suspect if you got bitten off, it was a tope, because smoothhound haven't got any teeth, unless it was it was a frayed snap off, in which case it could have been a smooth hound skin that's caused it. But if it was a clean cut, it was definitely would have been a taupe, I think, or something, or it could have been a bullace, of course. You're on the beach now. Oh really? Where are you? Down in Seaford? I'm still under the curse of the first cast fish. I think I've caught a fish since then. In fact, I haven't caught a fish since then. And I had a cracking smoothhound bite the other night and didn't connect with it. So I'm kind of struggling to put together a video to put out at the moment. I can't see there's going to be on. Can't see there's been a video coming out about this session tonight. Maybe I'm wrong. It all could change, couldn't it? There's no large ladies singing yet. Valerie, that means don't start singing. Not that I'm saying you're a large lady, but you did put yourself in the frame for that last time I said it. I'll tell you what I've been watching on telly. I don't know if anybody's into this, but there's a new mini-series on Disney Plus about the Sex Pistols, and I binge watched it over the last 2 nights, and I thought it was really great. It was really good. The sad thing about it is that Jordan, who's one of the girls that hung around with the Sex Pistols and worked for Vivienne Westwood, she lived in the town where I live, Seaford. She worked in the veterinary surgeons where we used to take the dog. So I did used to chat to her about those days. And sadly she died this year. So I'd have loved to have gone down and had a chat with her about what she thought about this series and how they portrayed her in it. Because the person who played her in the TV series was Maisie Williams, who is the girl who played Arya Stark in Game of Thrones. So I don't know, if you haven't watched it, watch it. Obviously it's on Disney Plus, so you're going to have to either subscribe to Disney Plus or find someone who's got it if you haven't got it already. But it was really good, and it really highlighted a period of life that at the time I was in the army, and I wasn't a punk rocker, but I think if I'd been around now, I would have been a punk rocker. I'd been the oldest punk rocker in town, I guess. Oh, you're in the rough and weed, all right. Is it still rough and weed? Right, Flying Bassman, where are the lots of mackerel? London Viking, hey buddy, how you doing? Yeah, no, definitely. Got to be next week, because the week after that I'm going down to Cornwall. I'm going to be in Cornwall, and if anybody down in Cornwall wants to go fishing in Cornwall, give us a shout. I'll definitely be up for a session down there. Hopefully I'm going out with John after the gentleman in the grey suits. Now there's a few twitches and things going on my rod tip, but it could just be weed. But as Tony says, the smooth hounds do come along and mouth your bait before they run with it. Just dancing videos on YouTube. Right, well, I mean that's all good news, because obviously what's happening there will hopefully happen here a few weeks down the line. So let's hope that's the case. I mean, there are a few mackerel about, but they're not in any great numbers. I have I've seen one or two get caught, but it's a lot of work for a couple of mackerel. And out on the boat we were struggling to get them. I still want to get my new toy out and have a play because the water clarity's gone rats again. Boiling water with yeah, I mean that what you described there in Jersey, mate, was what happened on the beach here last was it August, September time? It used to happen every year on the beach here, but it hasn't happened like that for quite a few years. And then, I say last year, suddenly there was mackerel and whitebait the whole length of Seaford Beach. And Seaford Beach is a good couple of miles long, and they were from one end to the other. Absolute black rim of whitebait. And the whitebait were all up on the shore. If you like to eat whitebait, you could just walk down the beach and collect a bucket full of them out of the shingle, take them home, cook them and eat them. Okay, Cornish 89, I will do. Have I got, how would I best contact you? Are you on the Facebook group? If you're on my Facebook group, then I can message you easily enough. Cheers, Val. Yeah, Cornish 89. Where roughly, without giving away any secret marks, where roughly are those beaches? My caravan is near St Merrin, up near Padstow. So that's where I'm going to be situated. If it's anywhere in that part of, either side of Cornwall, sort of St Austell, Padstow, down to sort of Newquay, definitely I'm up for that. If it's further than that, it obviously involves a bit of mileage, and yeah, well, we'll talk about it. Any congers? They've been catching congers. Oh right, okay. Yeah, well, Lowenchai. I mean, I know them in Lowenchai very well. They were part of our Support Your Local Tackle Shop. So Dom and Tracy, the two in there. Yeah, and I've been wrasse fishing down there, down with a guy called Joe Wrigley down near Lowenchai. That was a video of me, Joe, and John Locker catching wrasse off the rocks, which was quite good. I wouldn't mind repeating that actually. That was good fun. And the bait was just at your feet. You just find some hard shell crabs and you were away. But I'm always on the lookout for new marks. So, I mean, if you don't mind, I'd video it, but I'd obviously be very careful not to give away the location, because I think I'm realising more and more that there are responsible fishermen, but there are also a lot of idiots out there. It's a nice evening for a blank, yeah. Yeah, no, they are great guys in there. No, the weed, there's no weed, well, I've not wound in, but I'm not getting a lot of indication that I've got weed on the line. There probably is a bit of weed, but... Oh, do you know Joe, dear? Yeah, he's a good lad, Joe. He's certainly shown me a few marks down there. So I've got a bullass mark, and I've got a small eye ray mark, and I've got a wrasse mark. In fact, I've got a couple of two bullass and ray marks, and a small eye ray. I didn't get any small eyes from this particular mark, but I had some quite nice bass that night. Yeah, guys and gals, if you're not on my Facebook group, please do it. I'll try and run a group that doesn't have too many rules, so if you want to post videos on there, as long as they're relevant, I'll feel free. I don't really want people slagging each other off on there. So keep it civil. So keep it relevant, keep it civil, and I will free it up there. You know, and Richard will confirm and post. He posts quite a lot, shares quite a lot of videos to my group. I set the Facebook group. I never really knew what to do with it, to be honest. So it is people post stuff on it. But you know, if you catch anything good, put it on there. If I see a post on there from someone I know, I'll share it to the group. Or see something. There was a video that someone posted of underwater camera footage of a pack of tope feeding. Shared that on there. That was really interesting. Bungie. Yeah. All right. Okay, mate. Cheers, Lawrence. I mean, I can't respond to it now. Okay, cheers, buddy. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, as I say, I'll have to approve it. I think there's about 3 or 4 questions you have to answer. Are you subscribed to my channel? And what, just basically to sort of iron out any of the trolls out there. The internet seems to be getting fuller and fuller of trolls, you know. Yeah, so I do keep an eye, try and keep the people out. You've got to be so careful. I mean, someone texted me the other day and said, "Do you know this person?" And I went and I checked through my Facebook friends, and sure enough, he was in there. But we've got no mutual friends. I'm always suspicious of anybody that posts stuff in their Facebook pages, and there's no pictures of them in it. You know, you start to think, what is this person? Anyway, this guy, or this named person, whether that was their actual real name, had said some pretty offensive things to this friend of mine. So not only did he get a rude response back, but he also got bloody cancelled off my Facebook list. Yeah, I mean, the trouble is, opinions are like arseholes. Everybody's got one. And Facebook and other media groups gives the arseholes a chance to voice their opinion. Right, well, we're at the witching hour, as Tony would say. So if it doesn't happen in the next sort of 30 minutes, I'm packing up and going home. I'm going to have a scotch from the telly, I think. Put my feet up and get all excited about picking my new truck up tomorrow. Because I declared at the start of this session, for unusually, I'm only going to fish one rod. It's probably just as well, because when I was tackling that, once I suddenly realised I've got no lights with me. So it means it's nice and easy to put up. It's a nice stressless session. I've had a pretty shitty couple of days. You know, quite upsetting couple of days, really. And I just needed to go and clear my head of it. And that's why, you know, and I know a lot of people use fishing as a means of managing their mental health, and tonight it's me. I've come down here to manage my mental health, put a bit of fresh air, not too much stress, chat with people on here, chat with my friends on Facebook, on YouTube, and you know, with a chance of picking up a decent fish. So let's keep our fingers crossed and pray for good fortune. Yeah. That's absolutely right. They absolutely stink. Yeah, and you know, if you've got a smelly opinion, keep it to yourself. Vitamin C, yeah, absolutely right. Bit of vitamin C, I like that. Or in my case, a bit of vitamin CJ. Yeah, I'm skydiving Sunday, mate. That's the plan. Um, Sunday, a few mates, we're meeting up. We're going to get our knees in the breeze. We haven't jumped for about a month, and we start getting withdrawal symptoms from it. And I've been dieting really hard the last week and a half, and well, I've probably lost about 9 pounds now, and that will really make a difference to my fall rate range. So should be make for some good fun. Hopefully, that's my plan. Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. And to be quite honest, I've posted a few videos recently where I've not caught a great deal, but I think a lot of people watch the videos just enjoy it because they're getting that vicarious pleasure of sitting by the beach and listening to the sea. Um, Maybe I should just do videos of sea noises. Valerie, tell me, would you like me to put another skydiving video on the skydiving channel, or would you like me to, like I have done recently, put it on the fishing channel? Yeah, I mean, I'll make a video. Hopefully, we'll get a video put together on Sunday, assuming it all comes together. Hopefully, there'll be more than just me with cameras on. So when I put the videos together, you can get different perspectives of what's going on. So I actually get to appear in the video as well. Yeah, I'll put a video together, and if needs be. The trouble with putting it on the skydiving channel is that my Epidemic Sound is only licensed for fishing with CJ. So I'm restricted to the type of music I can add to it if I'm going to put it on my skydiving channel. Tell me, what would you like? Would you like me to put another short? Oh, did you? Oh, Joycey, there, mate. Haha, fantastic. I probably dropped out of it. Normally, when I do those QJ four ways, the weakest link is normally me, because my fall rate's quite fast, and everybody's working with a student, and normally students' fall rates aren't as fast as mine, and I normally sink out of it. But not always the case, but sometimes. I used to hate doing them, to be honest. Yeah, Perranporth. I mean, very sad news. Dave, the guy who ran Perranporth, died this year. His son, I think his son's running it now. Ben's a nice bloke. Yeah, I mean, I've done quite a few jumps at Perranporth. In fact, am I going to take my rig down to Cornwall with me? Yes, that's a good point. I hadn't really thought about that. I might go and see if I can get a cheeky jump in. Yeah, I mean, if you jump at Perranporth on a really clear day, it is amazing. It is incredible. You're looking down on Cornwall from they only go up to about 9 or 10,000 feet. They don't go any higher than that. But at 10,000 feet, you look down on Cornwall and you're actually looking at a map of Cornwall. You can see the whole peninsula. You can see the south coast and the north coast. You can see Wales off in the distance. You can see the Isles of Scilly. Yeah, no, it's unreal. It is unreal. Yeah. Oh mate, yeah. I'm sorry to hear about your wife with COVID. Hopefully it's the worst cases seem to have died away now, and most of the people, I know loads of people have had COVID in the last month or so actually. I mean, how the government is saying that it's fizzling out is rubbish, because I know so many people that have had COVID literally in the last 4 or 5 weeks. But what most of them are saying is that they get 1 or 2 days of really bad, feeling really bad, and then it's just a bit like a cold. So let's hope that's what's happening with your missus. Unlike the very early days of the first outbreak, which was horrendous. My rod tip is moving very slightly. I suspect there is a little bit of weed on there, and the sea is just making it move up and down. It's certainly not a bite. It's not a fish. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm not picking up a bit of weed. There will be a bit of weed out there, but nothing like there was the night when I was cursed by the fish on the first cast. I think this light is charged up because the charging light's on there, isn't it? Keep charging. I mean, that's good news. Yeah, there's my skydiving channel. If you scroll through it, you will find videos of me jumping with Michael Schumacher on it. Back in the early days, the early videos. Yeah, I mean, I was helicopter aircrew in the military. I did the helicopter pilot's course, but unfortunately was unsuccessful in the last month. So, I mean, obviously I've done fixed wing flying as part of that, and I've got quite a few hours flying Gazelle helicopters and Scouts. So yeah, I flew, and back in those days, they used to say there's only 2 things drop out of the skies: bird shit and idiots. Which is a pity, because when I was in the military I could have done skydiving very cheaply and had a really good time, but I wasn't going to do it. And then I got to an age where you're not allowed to start skydiving in the United Kingdom once you're 55. And I was 54, and I thought, you know something, I want to do it before I can't. And so I started when I was 54, and come here. Hello, mate.
Bloody hell, just watching you on YouTube.
Well, I'm here.
Right?
You fishing over there, are you?
I'm just about to put one in.
Oh, right, okay. Catching anything? Oh, no, you haven't got it yet. You haven't started yet.
Yeah, I'm just about to set up.
Right.
Put a rod out. I haven't tried up here for months.
No, okay, I mean, I haven't fished here for months. But,
I don't even know if there's any point in me fishing, because I've already had a beast. Pound.
have you?
Nearly 18 pound.
Shit.
Yeah.
Where's that?
Flat point.
Oh, right, okay.
That was, I would say, probably about 3.5 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, Tony's been getting a few.
Yeah. I've never had one that size before, ever.
No, 18 pound. That's a fish of a.
It was 8.14 kilogram.
Wow.
Only 105 centimetres, but felt like a tank.
Yeah.
The thickness and depth was just lovely.
Yeah. Well, it shows you they're here, isn't it?
I mean, I did put a picture of it up on Facebook, but I didn't say what the weight was.
Oh, that's
It's a beast.
Yeah.
It looked small though when I was holding it up.
Yeah, no, they always do, and I'm not sure what I haven't weighed some of the ones I've had, and when you look at the pictures now, you think, well, look at what you say.
I mean, that you can see,
Yeah,
clear as day.
It looks like it's almost full of pup, is it?
It was, yes,
Yeah.
very heavily, but and then there's just trying to get the gist of how big and rhinoceros like.
because they're normal, quite thin.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
tail end, you can see it's right there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And then the width of it, and then the depth of it is just ridiculous.
yeah. Oh, awesome.
My God, that felt fun.
Have you had that crab or? I mean, I'm hearing quite a few people getting on squid.
I've fished for 30 years, and I've never caught fish that size in the sea.
No. Off the beach, that is
Off the
impressive
beach
fish.
as well, yeah, I know.
I mean, I've had fish that big on a boat,
I've
but
had a 16.5-pound conger off the beach in Weymouth.
that's a
but-
pretty impressive fish
Yeah,
as well.
it was, but I've never had anything anywhere near that size down there, ever.
Yeah,
That was like, well, bestiality.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So what's your name?
Like, I'm the absolute fishing guy.
Oh, okay.
Not that I do it much now because I get bored of it. There ain't no fish to show hardly.
Well, it's been such a crap year this year.
Yeah, it's been bad.
It's really up and down, and I've been fishing all the downs.
I was fishing with Peter a lot, but I don't fish with him now because he fishes funny days.
What, Petty Cornwall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The days are too funny for me. I'm like, you don't really like want to fish when I want. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
no, quite.
Not on a day that's really bad.
No. I mean tonight's all right, isn't it?
It looks good.
I would think, say, the other side of the beach, yeah, Seaford probably quite lovely on the beach.
Well, I was thinking about going down Newhaven tonight
Were you?
and fishing off that stone jetty.
What, the east and west arm?
Yeah, I think it's one by the cliffs.
Oh, so the
I don't know
west,
if you can get in there now.
the west arm and Neway. You have to have a ladder to climb up.
Oh no, I wouldn't fish the pier. It'd be on the bit where you park.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
I used to fish just on the corner by the control tower,
Yes,
and then I'd just fish out, sort of diagonal across.
because I did a video about that, because I said it was a great park the car, fish quite next to the car. And I've spoken to people down there in London, they designate 3 parking places for anglers, for sea anglers, and they really again, they think the idea, but they haven't done it.
Just wait, will they? I don't even know if you can get in the car park now.
I think you can.
Because the last time I went there, it was paid.
It's a pay now, but it's not pay this time, right? You only pay this time.
So I wake up, like, slept there, and I wake up, and the bloke goes, "You've been here all night, haven't you? That's £10." I was like, "What?
What?
£10?"
Yeah, there's probably a sign saying that overnight parking you have to pay £10.
I nearly had a right shock out of paying the £10. I couldn't believe it. I thought I would have parked somewhere else for everything.
I would have said, poke it.
Yeah, felt like doing a run-up.
Yeah.
£10 a park here, you having a laugh.
Yeah. I mean, they're putting all sorts, they're building cafes and restaurants down there. And stuff. But, you know, you're not going to pay big for a cafe for charging £3 going out to the car park.
Yeah. It's off-putting. It's because,
Yeah.
that's not the greatest place.
No.
It's the park, do you know what I
No.
mean?
No.
I was like a bit shocked.
I mean, off that arm into the bay there, I think we did water because it's a sand beach.
I should get a big content off there, little
Yeah.
one. Not very big.
Not now.
Don't know about now.
I mean,
That
if you
was
go
like
right
20
to the
years.
corner by that control tower, so you're fishing sort of diagonally left.
Yeah.
The channel.
The trouble is, can you get there in time before someone else does?
Yeah,
That is the only snag to it. Most of the time they beat you to it. They
Yeah.
hold the corner.
yeah. That's why I thought they should get dedicated for disabled parking. So if someone hogs the corner and someone turns up with a disabled bench, you've got to give way to them. Because, as I say, it'd be an ideal place for the person with a disability, so they could literally, well, they could almost fish from their car.
If I went up there, I'd want to fish for conger.
Yeah,
But the conger would be more down the side bit.
yeah.
You fish where the ferry port is.
Yeah, in there. You want to, there's got to be combers down there. They do a lot of LRF fishing down there.
Yeah, you can get all sorts of stuff down there. Wrasse, brilliant.
Well, I'm packing up soon because I got down here and suddenly went, oh, my headlight is sitting on the bloody sideboard in the kitchen charging.
Only a headlight.
No, I'm alright. To be honest, I think I'm going to have it. Call it really night anyway.
Have you had much wheat?
To be honest, I've only cast out and wound back in yet, so there is weed on it, but I can see my rod bending.
Looking at it now, it's looking a bit too rough.
No, that's nice. You know, and there is weed, but it's not a huge amount. It's not making the bloody rod.
Trying to persuade myself to get a bait out. It's the case of cannot be bothered.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've got a live going on down here, so I'm chatting to people. So I'm gonna say good night to them all, and then I'm gonna pack up.
Yeah,
Nice to
bye,
meet you,
mate.
David. Yeah. Go on, have a fish. You'll probably catch another big, bloody big smooth out as soon as I leave. Right. Sorry about that. I had a viewer coming on chat. Nick Proudfoot, how you doing? Voices for there's a guy called Damien. Absolute Fisherman, that's it. That's who it was. Yeah, that's who it was. He's not started fishing yet. He's weighing up Weaver to get one. He showed me a picture of an outstandingly big smoothhound he caught about a month ago. Real big fish. Right, it is getting to that time when I'm going to pack up whilst I've still got enough light to see what I'm doing, and I'm going to go home and I'm going to go and have a whiskey. So thanks very much for joining me. It was very therapeutic to speak to people who are civil and pleasant, unlike the conversations I've been having in the last couple of days, and very therapeutic for me to come down and get a bit of vitamin C. So I'm going to love you all and leave you, and see you on the next one. I won't be putting a video about tonight, I don't think. Yeah. So, thanks very much for joining the live. Yeah, cheers. Let's give you a chance to say good night for doing live. Yeah. I need to be watching my rod, mate. Yeah, I do. Why? Was there a bite when I wasn't watching it? I said, well, I'll leave the live on while I wind that in, just in case there's something on there, and then I'm gonna call it. So let's see if I can get this light to work. I won't be able to talk to you because I've got to hold it in the mouth. Yeah, see you at Headcoin, Joyce. You're going to be at the weekend. I'm going up there. I'm going there Sunday. That's the plan. So if you're there, say hi. Right. So we've got a bit of light, but I can't talk because it's in my mouth. Right, everyone. Yeah, Mother Nature's lullaby. You're absolutely right. It's very soothing. Well, that's it. I've lost my gear. The tide had taken me right across. I didn't realise actually. I was obviously not paying attention, yakking, and the other side of the groin. So I've been all the way over to the other side of the groin so I can get it out so it wasn't coming. So, yep, saves me untackling it all, I guess. I'm going to love you all and leave you now, and did I enjoy the walk? Yeah, it was very nice. Where's the bloody dog gone? I don't know. Lost my dog. I'm going to go and find a dog before he starts eating dead seagulls. So I'm going to say good night to you all now, and love you and leave you, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for joining me.